This is the last celebration for the Martin Luther King 2011 holiday. This year was the 25th anniversary for the King Center to have come to Atlanta and come into existence. As an artist, some time back, I started looking at history and many different specifics and decided I wanted to kind of put a new twist on history. We have so much for the civil rights movement, slavery, and so much that we take for granted. And as just a person who just loves looking at life and always painting and drawing and doing different things, I started looking at the Kings. I started looking at the civil rights movement. I took Malcolm X. I took slaves. I just started mixing people up and making a compilation, and I came up with what we call the Dream Series. My collection is primarily on wood, and it's mixed media. And I just went in with a paintbrush and I just started doing a ton of different things. Ended up with a really cool theme and realized that, hey, this is something that we can use to educate young people and remind the world of where we came from.
Been talked about, sure you.
Take a look at this piece. Here's Coretta with Jacqueline Onassis. Here's Coretta with Bill Clinton. Here's Coretta with Ronald Reagan. Here's the King family. Here's a personal letter demonstrating how Miss King was so powerful that even as a volunteer at a school, she took time out of her schedule to sit down and write. So this piece is called My Soul, and this is Miss King again. So this piece celebrates her history and her life, showing her as a very powerful person. This is actually all the children's original signatures. I spent some time with the King family. I had the luxury of, and it was very humbling to work with Bernice, and she allowed me to come in and pick some different items out. There's a lot of stuff here that the world just simply hasn't seen before, and we want to share it with the world. The name of this piece is called Love Will See Us Through. Now, I'm very excited to say that this is a piece that I just want the world to really zoom in on, because we don't know what was going on, but when I look at this piece, I decide to call this Love Will See Us Through and Don't Cry. This is part of the 25th Legacy series. This piece has so much power. I can't tell you. I started crying when I worked on the two of these.
I'm Rita Withers, and I'm Gina Cheney's mother, and supporting her and her passion to do her work and her artistry, which is absolutely amazing to me because she is so talented and has been since she was 9 or 10 doing all of this sort of work. And one of her first.
Antonacci, that's my baby sister over there, and she's very driven, charismatic, amazing human being. I absolutely adore her. She's like one of my best friends, and I'm extremely proud of her. This has been a vision that she's had for many, many years, and to be able to execute it now, it really means a lot to her, and so of course it really means a lot to me. I'm very proud. So this latest series with the Martin Luther King series and Coretta Scott King, I really couldn't believe the power behind it. It made me really think about everything that so many people suffered for, and and the wonderful freedom that we have today. And you see, the people, oh God, it's just when you see that, the photos and the work inside the work that she's presenting, it makes you speechless. It really does.
What I thought when I first saw it, it just hit me that it was totally overwhelming to see so much passion, so much soul on a canvas from one young person, a young woman. And that I'm not usually at a loss for words, but this really strikes me, and it's just awesome.